Assalamu alaikum. We have new books from the UK that just arrived. This is the hardback edition of the Khulasah of Habib Umar. It's published in the UK and is available now. It has the Arabic and the translation on the other side of the page. Imam Ghazali's book of Counsels. This is a collection of 38 Hadith Qudsi. Next up is a book called Why I Pray. This is a contemporary book written by a contemporary scholar. It is generally to address issues about people delaying their prayers or finding excuses not to pray. It's not for people who don't want to pray. That's a different book altogether. It's about people who need just a bit more encouragement to pray on time. So, Path to Paradise. This is a lovely book. It talks about the journey of a Muslim, and he uses the human body as a way to explain. It talks about purifying or protecting the mind, purifying the body, purifying the heart, and your whole life. And then it talks about death and the life in the grave and the resurrection and the life in heaven or in hell. So it's the journey throughout life and to the return to the hereafter. I would place this book somewhere in between the Book of Assistance by Imam Haddad and as a primer to attempting books of Imam Ghazali such as the Arba'in fi Usuluddin or even the Ihya Ulumuddin. So this is recommended by us. Craig Considine, his new book, The People of the Book, the Ahlul Kitab, primarily looking at the Christians and the Prophet ﷺ's encounter with the Christians throughout his life, from the time before his mission on his travels as a merchant and when he first received revelation. All these key moments of his life involve interactions with Christians. So Craig Considine, he is Irish Catholic, I believe, and he's written an earlier book called The Humanity of the Prophet ﷺ. So this is his latest one. Woman and Gender in the Quran. This is a book by Celene Ibrahim. It takes a bit of a hermeneutic approach to, or like a tafsir approach to instances in the Quran where women are discussed or a woman is involved in the story, because as we know, stories innovate a lot of the Quran. So she talks about the woman in these stories. Is woman and gender and also sexuality in the Quran. Happy to introduce some of the more academic books that just arrived. This is Boethius, Consolation of Philosophy. Critical Muslims, new issue on world order. Carla Power's book on homeland and security, Deradicalization and the journey back from extremism. Attentive readers would recognize the name Carla Power. She did that book, If the Oceans Were Ink. So this is a new book. Leïla Vignal, War Torn, it's about Syria. Another book of architecture by Marwa al-Sabouni, Building for Hope. Another academic book, Sufi Masters and the Creation of Saintly Spheres in Medieval Syria. A book on the Uyghurs, The Sacred Roots of Uyghur History. And finally, Negotiating Survival, Civilian Insurgency Relations in Afghanistan. Thank you.